Last time on Fantasy Friends. The friends had a lot going on during the last intermission. Time to recap and start the next episode. Quickly on to find out what this next mission has for our friends on Fantasy Friends.
All right, recap.
Okay.
Indeed.
So, intermission 3.
Oh, I thought you were starting at the beginning.
So,
A
in the
friend
beginning,
died.
Leon, your best friend. So intermission 3. So that we started with Ben Dane. Ben Dane started hearing about missing persons, and then while hiking through the woods near his apartment building, he finds a ritual area, and then through investigation with Detective Chavez, I believe.
Christy Chavez.
Yeah, Christy Chavez and Jordan Skinner, you track down a suspicious tracks. Ended up being that Detective Skinner was actually the creepy cultist guy, and he was about to do harm to 2 little kids, and a big giant rabbit was protecting them. And then you and Chavez were able to stop Skinner, and he is arrested right now and in jail for very bad stuff. And then we jumped over to Nathan, and Nathan... sorry, I got distracted by something. Nathan got a message from Rascal, who ended up basically breaking the rules and delivering a message from Zendula to you, Nathan. And then in that message, it basically said that she knows where your ancestors are, and then you went to go look for them, and they just happened to be, for lack of a better area term, the Scottish Highlands on Gaia, which is actually I guess we'll call them the Orog Highlands. And then you found, after a few days of searching, you found your ancestors' homeland and started to learn about where you came from. And you hung out with Erin, your girlfriend.
She's just a friend.
Erin, your girl that is a friend. And then we jump over to Tristan. Tristan, I believe you were working on trying to get more money through selling your paintings and sketches and all that. And we came up with a street art festival, where you ran into Rascal, who again was breaking the rules, and you ended up hanging out with her for the day. On top of that, you ran into the 5th Street homeless dude that attacked you briefly and then ran away, which, I don't know, would you have... I can't remember if you told the other two about, like you said you texted them, maybe? I can't remember.
Yeah, I let them know.
Okay. So what he did was he texted you guys about this homeless man, not about the attack, but more or less that he could, quote-unquote, see through his disguise. Well, not just his, but Rascal's too. Basically calling them both monsters. And then when he tried to punch Tristan in the face and failed, he ran away.
So he could see that Tristan was a fox.
He possibly. It's very possible he could see through what the token was doing, which is very interesting because it's a polymorph spell. It should not be the case. And then Rascal is a doppelganger, so it's almost the same type of thing where nobody should be able to kind of see through that, but somehow he was able to.
Probably just a crazy homeless guy. Happened to guess it right.
Yeah.
I see. Never mind.
And actually,
I assume we're recording right now.
yes.
Okay, then I'm not gonna say
And what? What did you say?
I said I'm not going to say anything.
Specifically because we're recording.
Okay, I'll stop recording then.
You can look at the Discord chat.
What was I going to say? Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, it's the last joke I'll make up.
What's weird is that I don't remember at least half of Nathan's intermission, and I don't remember any of Nick's. I must have been like nodding off towards the middle of that podcast or something.
You weren't even on it.
Nick wasn't even.
That's why I don't remember it then.
I had to.
Yeah,
do mine
he did. We did it by ourselves.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, so that's why the recap was so not so detailed. Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes a lot more sense then. I was like, man, I don't remember any of that. Did I fall asleep?
I must have been really drunk that night.
Yeah. Tristan saw the rabbit as well. Asked her a bunch of questions where she came from. She didn't quite know exactly where, but her and Rascal were trying to narrow it down. And I think that's everything. As far as leveling up, I think you all did feats. I can't remember. I know Tristan.
What level are we?
Should be level 4.
Gotta be like 7 by now, right?
No.
Well, I was just making sure. I was like, I think we're level 4, but I was like, holy cow.
My character sheet says level 4.
I didn't have any feats.
Oh, I thought everybody took a feat. I know Tristan took the dragon mark, so then...
Well, I increased my ability scores.
Oh, you did? And then, Jeremy, did
I
you?
think I also increased my ability scores, because I still just have the one feat that I started with.
Oh, okay.
That being the grappler.
Okay. Then, yeah, you probably got a level boost.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, I was thinking about this the other day, actually, like...
Attribute. Yes?
Yeah, barks. Can we use those to get a feat?
We concluded no. It's strictly for equipment.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we solved that issue like
obviously not well enough because I forgot. That's fine. Okay.
Well, now you know.
I do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I was trying to figure out how to start this one. So I guess you guys will just be doing your nonchalant stuff. So whatever you guys do on a daily grind, it's about... Hold on.
I'm sitting in a phone booth, and all of a sudden I get the word, my shirt off.
Sorry, my Caleb was yelling for some reason. Okay, so... Wait, you're in a phone booth? Was that a Superman joke or something?
Yes.
Okay.
It was.
All right, well, swing and a miss.
Oh, all right. I see how this is what tonight's going to be. All right,
yeah.
sounds good.
Oh, yeah, starting out strong.
I'm just gonna strap into my chair and let's make this happen. A little boost of caffeine, and I'm ready to get sarcastic, baby.
Okay. Any pen clicking? Any
oh, just you wait. 6 bags of chips in front of me, and
Ooh,
you know.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so you're doing your nonchalant, usual stuff during the week. Just a normal day, really. It doesn't seem any different than any other, aside from your missions you've been on and the intermissions you've been going through, or the weird ones you've been going through. Ben Dane has been working with his abilities. I assume has been chatting back and forth with Detective Chavez. Nathan, you've probably been going back and forth to your ancestors' homeland to learn and train a little bit. Tristan, I'm sure you're trying to keep up with your finances and probably trying to learn about where you come from. And all of a sudden, like every other time, your toe ring, your belt buckle, and your bracelet, they all start to vibrate, signaling that it is time for another mission.
Yes, Zordon.
I'm in an
Rangers.
airplane when it happens, and I jump out the back and just start falling. And as I fall into a portal. It just takes me right to the place. Fall and hit the ground as hard as possible.
You just kind of like Christ air
I'm
dive
just kidding.
backwards.
Oh, I got a better idea.
Or Chris Angel, just like
Roll 2d6.
I'm on a plane coming back from Scotland, and I get the word, so I go to the bathroom and back. It disappeared from in there.
You flew on a plane to Scotland?
Hey, you don't fly in planes to Scotland? I guess I could have took a boat. I mean, I was living in Chicago, right?
Yeah, but why would
Like
you
a
go to
hang glider?
Scotland?
What?
Why would you go to Scotland?
Isn't that where the homeland is?
Yeah, on Gaia, the other planet in the other dimension.
Oh, my bad. All right, fine.
So you're gonna fly a plane through a through a portal? That's the size of a human.
Clearly, I forgot that part.
Clearly.
All right, I'm going to stop talking for a little bit. I'm going to regroup over here.
All right.
It's a rough
It's
beginning.
been a while since we did this.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we need a full-on recap.
That's what I said. Start from the beginning.
I was going to. So you find a place that is far away from everybody else, and a portal opens up, starts to kind of make the wind blow around. This blue hue kind of outlines the portal, and as it opens up, you see the recognizable site of the Preserver's Nook. And as all three of you step through, you see Zendula at the controls and not Suriel. And Rascal doesn't seem to be in the vicinity. And the rabbit aptly named Thumper is just kind of standing in that area, just kind of observing what is happening. So you guys entered the Preserver's Nook. The portal machine slows down and stops, and Zendula approaches you three and basically informs you that, okay guys, we have an emergency in Austria. There is we don't know exactly what's going on. There's an emergency. We need you to gear up right away, and I need you to send you over there. Rascal's already over on the other side. It's actually, there's a portal opened up outside of Innsbruck. I'll show you on the map real quick, and then I gotta send you through. It's an emergency call, and we don't know the whole details. So
Ooh, sounds serious.
yeah, it's very serious.
What kind of emergency is it?
It seems like whatever created the portal stuff has already spilled out onto Earth, so we need to figure out what's going on. The emergency call came in. There was something about, it sounded like undead, and then the call just kept on going without any real answer or update after that. So we can only assume the worst, and we need to figure out what's going on, because if there's undead creatures spilling out onto Earth, we need to figure out what's going on and stop it.
Haven't you seen any movies? Read any books? We're doomed. Zombies? Nah, this is it. The apocalypse.
That's why you three are here, to help stop that. So
Do we have anything else to contain it? Zombies, man.
Well, we
I
have
got
a preserver
a giant
chapter
axe.
there, but we need you over there to figure out and help out what's going on.
We're talking literal virus, man. It's not great. All right.
We're dealing with magic, not viruses. Now go get dressed.
Hey, speaking of serious details, any word on Serial?
He's still incapacitated right now. I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Are we are we reaching the stage of like coma at this point, or has he woken up at all?
He's breathing. He's
People breathing comas.
Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know angel physiology really that much.
Fair.
I just assume he's in some type of deep trance or sleep. I can't tell you. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Great,
Well,
so
I'm
I'm going to run to my
satisfied.
little thing.
You guys both
I'll run to my thing and start getting ready.
So you all three jump into your lockers. You start suiting up. And then after a few beats, you pop out of your lockers all geared up. And then
I jump out first and I look at Ben and go, "Ha! I win."
Bane looks back and he goes, "You seem like the guy who always comes first."
In the background, we hear a drum roll and then we move on.
Yeah, I need to find some of those sounds so I can add them in.
Rim shot.
Rim shot. That's the word I was looking for. I ruined that joke. It's all right.
That's right. Zendula beckons you over real quick to the prep area. She points to the location and kind of tells you to be prepared because it's at a extremely high elevation. It's literally in the mountains, and that you'll just have to get used to the air, the elevation change, and all of that.
Hang on. Wait.
Yes?
Well, you know.
There you go.
Better late than never, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I would say so.
I remembered like that there was a soundboard attached to Discord, so I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just noticed that.
Okay, moving on.
All right. Zendula, after hearing hearing some drum roll out of nowhere, is like, "Huh, that was weird," and then walks over to the control station and starts putting in coordinates, and then you see the same site. Those spindles start rotating, and then they get faster, and then all of a sudden a portal opens up, and you see the bluish outline, and then you just kind of see it looks like mountains, looks like some type of town, but you can't really. It's obscured how it usually is. Just eyeing through the portal, and then as you step through, Zendula said it right. It's as if that the air gets, I guess, thick. It gets a little bit difficult for you to breathe unless you're used to it, and then you can see that you've portaled into the outskirts of where she pointed to. So it's the outskirts of this town where it's very nice looking buildings, very modern looking. You notice that it kind of creates this valley in the mountains, and towards the bottom part of the valley you see this big river that runs through the lengthwise part of the valley, and you just kind of soak in all of the sights, the low hanging clouds that kind of obscures the sunlight trying to peek through. And the other thing you notice is that even though it's like this kind of alpine mountain town, it's very quiet. So you're just on the outskirts, but it just seems very quiet, for like eerily quiet. And then you hear on your Babel device, Zendula and Rascal talking back and forth, and Rascal kind of giving a recon report of the situation. She keeps on saying, I'm checking this area, and I see no signs of life, undead or dead. And so you start going through the city streets until you come around the corner. So you're going through these nice looking buildings, very pleasant looking town if there was people, but there's no people. When you come around the corner, you finally find your first sign of life after you kind of reach a point kind of in this center of town, and you see Rascal in a kind of a long jacket with a hood. She's got her right arm, her sleeve is kind of torn off, like intentionally torn off of the jacket, and she's got kind of her right arm pointed in the air, and you see all these little, they almost look like little drones or something that are kind of flying around her and keep on going up and out and around, and she's just kind of it looks like she's talking to herself, but you can hear that she's talking back and forth to Zendula, and you all three approach her, and she finally notices you and says, "Hey, glad you guys are here. I have no idea what's going on. I've been trying to find anybody around this area. It seems like for a few miles there's no sign of life. I can't. I mean, there's no undead. If Zendula already told you that, that's why we're here. And there's no evidence of people. There's no preserver chapter. I noticed that there might be something further north, and then she unfolds a map, and then she hands you a map on as she unfolds it, and she kind of points in a direction, and says, there's something in this direction. I think it looks like there's some type of huge energy source. It could be the portal, which could be exactly what we need to find and figure out what is keeping it open and what opened it in the first place.
Do you guys think that something's actually coming out of the portal?
Are you asking Rascal?
I'm asking Rascal.
I don't know. It would have to be that there should be people in this town. I mean, there's towns further down, west and east, and they don't seem to have noticed yet what's going on right now. So this must have just happened recently. I mean, no news outlets that I've connected with have said anything about it, but it's just a matter of time before people start to question where, people in this town are not here. Why people in this town aren't here. So it would have to be something came out of the portal. I just don't know what. I'll keep reconning.
You're saying somebody possibly came out of the portal, come all the way to this town, did all the people disappear, and then went back to the portal?
That's the only thing I can think of.
On the map,
Yes?
Like, how far away is this portal? Like, where I'm at? Roughly.
I'm not good with distance.
Okay, well, is it outside of town?
Yes, it's outside of town. So,
walkable?
Yes.
Runnable?
Runnable,
have to take
walkable.
an airplane to get it there?
No,
okay.
No. So from where you're at, it would be not miles, but it would be a few yards out of town. So you can't quite see it from where you're at because it's kind of obscured from the buildings. But if you got to the outskirts of town, it would probably be 1 or 2 football fields away.
If we're real quiet, do we hear anything?
I don't know that much about the mountains in Austria, but
You're saying I
there-
just hear nature.
You
like
just hear
normal.
nature, yeah. You hear the wind kind of blowing easily through the streets. You don't hear any cars. You don't hear any bicycles, people. The jingles of chimes on some of the stores and residents go off because of that breeze. But as far as anything else, it's just eerily quiet. That just people were. It is as if this town had people in it, and now it doesn't.
All right, what should we do?
Well, side note, I just Googled Austrian mountain towns, and they are pretty. They're
Yeah.
really, really pretty.
Yes, dude.
You're saying
So-
we need to save them.
My suggestion would be, and this is Jeremy's suggestion, I think we should all just hunker down here for like a week or 3. Maybe just take a little vacation.
Call that house.
Dibs.
Oh, hilarious.
Also,
All
there's a
right.
breed of dog called the Austrian Mountain Dog, and it's also a cool looking dog.
Right. What I would like is for the next 5 minutes, we just do a little history of Austria.
Okay.
Well, if you'd like to know which mountains
This is
there
between
are
the
in
two
Austria,
countries of Germany and
there's the Alps. There's also the Central Alps or the Central Eastern Alps.
oh god, he's still going. All right, I'll tell you what. I have to actually pause because my dog is clearly needing to go out. So you're gonna have to give me a second. Sorry.
Okay.
This is an Austrian mountain dog.
While he's away, since we're all just standing there, can I investigate some of the houses, see what kind of state this little town is actually in?
Sure. Do a investigation check for me.
Okay, I'll have to go back and get him in a second. But
A 23.
Whoa. Ooh.
be investigating.
The houses and stuff, because I just wanted to kind of see what kind of state they left the place in. Like if it was like people were in the middle of meals and just poof, or
Good call.
So with a 23, not only do you see through the windows, you actually go into some of these places, and you
It's barging.
notice. Well, the doors are open, unlocked. Some of them are open, and you see that it looked like there was struggles, that people struggled to either get out, to find a place to hide. Plates smashed on the ground, tables knocked over. It's as if people were either trying to get away further into the buildings from something, or they were trying to get out of the building, and it's just everything everywhere looks like a struggle. I'll say that
I'm gonna go to the middle of the street and just yell really loud too and say, "Is anybody out there?"
I just told you there wasn't.
No. No, but not what I understand that.
No.
Physically-
That was
Visually,
Rascal.
I don't see
That was
anybody.
Rascal telling you. I just told you there wasn't.
Oh, maybe they're hiding from you.
My drones are pretty good. If they were, I probably would have noticed and found
All
them.
right, fine.
I'm not just gonna let you guys take things from people. These are people's houses. You can't just steal stuff.
They're not here. They don't need them.
That's what everybody says. Then they get in trouble.
with the signs of struggle and stuff, I can pretty much ascertain, are they have they been taken, or are they is there blood everywhere in some of the places? Are they dead?
I was gonna say, do we see any dead bodies? Even in the houses, like you're saying, there's just not even that either.
There's not even that.
That's good, because I hope that would be the first thing that Rascal told us if we came up. She was like, "Hey man, there's nobody here." Oh yeah,
Maybe
but by
the
the way, there
drone-
are a crap load of dead bodies everywhere.
The drone only recognizes heat signatures.
Uh, Yes, lack of a better term, it can detect heat signatures and certain types of power sources, mainly arcane power sources. And yeah, she would have told you if there was just like, oh, don't go in there yet, and then you just see like dead bodies. She would have told you if there were dead bodies because
Maybe she's withholding
she probably
information.
would have thrown up herself and been like, don't go in there. But you see, with the 23, I will say you do see, even though you don't have a good knowledge and survival skills and tracking skills like Bendane would have, you just have this kind of good eye for detail, probably through your artistic pursuits, that you notice little things. There are small blood droplets, like somebody was dragged away. You do see tattered, small tattered remnants of clothes, possibly, or some type of cloth. You see the similar scene in different buildings. Doors ripped open, like closet doors ripped open, things just like tossed around.
Any signs of like the streets, roads, anywhere where like you see dragging? Like I would have seen a body dragged, or just prints.
Yes, with the 23, I'll give you that. Dragging them
It's not my
out.
23, but
Well, I'm assuming that Tristan is telling you guys what he's kind of noticing. With that, yes, you do see them trailing off towards up where, in the same direction as the woods that Rascal said. Wow, that Rascal said that she noticed some type of energy source.
Seems to me the path is clear.
With a
We should
4
definitely get on a plane and
investigation,
go back home.
you just kind of lazily look around like, there's nobody here.
Well, so there is an energy source somewhere nearby?
Yes, if you went to the outskirts, which would be about, so in all, it would probably be about 3 to almost 4 football fields away, because it will take about 100 yards to get outside of town, and then another 200 or 300 yards to get to, or at least close to, the point of origin of the energy source that Rascal was talking about.
Well, I suppose we should go and investigate that. The town's probably gonna offer us very little at this point.
Take the lead, my friend. I'm right behind you.
Just kind of like sigh.
Did anybody ask Rascal why her shirt is all torn up?
Oh, you might not have heard. It's intentional, like a fashion statement, so to speak. So like,
yeah, I
Yes.
must have missed that part. Okay,
so like
all right.
her bracer. She
I
has
feel like
this
we're
big
missing
bracer.
something very. Okay.
No.
I must have missed the part where you said that it was intentional.
Yeah, she intentionally like cut it off, either for fashion, as a fashion statement, or because like she has this bracer where her kind of drones seem to reattach into it to kind of whatever
Gotcha.
charge up or whatever. So like,
Maybe her
or
sleeve
it's
gets
like
in the way.
functional, yeah, or it's just functionality. It's better for her to not have a sleeve.
She's going
Fair.
down the punk path. That's totally fine with me.
Bendane takes a picture of her and sends it to Melrose, and to get his thoughts on her outfit. And Melrose texts him back, and Melrose says,
Melrose replies, very, very retro, interesting take on fashion. Not what I would go with, but everybody has their own style. So basically what he texts you back.
Bendane replies, "By the way, I'm in Austria. Please keep my mail on the counter. Thanks, bye."
Melrose applies.
My phone's back
Question
in my
mark.
pocket. I don't even care.
You just. Oh yeah, hold on. You just hear a vibration, or you feel a vibration, so you know he texted back.
Ooh.
That's it.
We'll have to
We'll
find
look
out.
at that later.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll find out later.
Stay tuned for the next episode, guys.
Yeah.
Even though we've only just begun this one.
Mhm.
And we'll probably forget it anyway. So
100%.
It's in the podcast, so as I edit, I'll bring it back.
Nice.
Okay. So you start trekking up the mountainside to head to the outskirts of the woods, and as you do, you get to, I would say about 50 yards ahead, you see a body, and about 50 or so yards past that is the outskirts of the woods, and you see this body laying on the ground facing the opposite direction. So the head is facing you guys as you're approaching uphill towards the woods, just laying on the ground. And as you're walking up, you can just see the serene, just the low cut grass blowing in the wind, and it feels serene if it wasn't for just kind of odd and
Dead
ominous.
body laying in the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the wind blowing through the trees and blowing the leaves, and just kind of a weird sight. It's beautiful and creepy at the same
Bodies
time.
typically are, right?
Yeah. As you approach the dead body, do you do anything?
Then Dame pulls his sword out. Not necessarily in a defensive posture, but he's definitely going to poke that body with a sword.
Tristan's gonna stand back a bit, but draw his rapier.
So as you do,
standing right next to him as he does it.
So as you poke the body, you see it twitch a little bit,
Is it?
and it starts to groan.
Yep.
Is
No,
it a regular
it's a zombie.
person? What I'm asking is does it look like just a normal person?
Right. Does it sound like a normal person groaning, or does it sound like a zombie groaning?
With your passive perception, you can see at least it's an elf.
Yeah, Tristan just says straight up, "It's a zombie."
You start to see its fingers as if like
Is it on its back or stomach?
it's on its stomach. So
And he said, as we hear it groan, I go to the side and I take my foot and I kick it. Not kick hard, but like kick it in order to roll it onto its back. Or her onto its back.
As you kick this body, they flip over.
Or just, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No.
enough I can move it.
Yeah.
Nudge it with your foot.
6 points of bludgeoning damage.
No,
go ahead.
You kick this body over, and then all of a sudden you just see the eyes pop open, and
Oh.
and
I swing my axe and kill it.
all of a sudden, you hear this body try to get out any type of words, and all you can hear is 9.
Anybody here speak German?
9.
Please do not kill me. Goodness.
Zombie
happened?
speaks.
No, I am not
Tristan,
a zombie.
calm down.
And you
Listen,
look,
my friend, what's your name?
real quick. You as you observe this, what appears to be not a zombie. This, it looks to be a man, an elf man with long blonde hair. They're wearing this kind of a medium brown light armor, black underclothes, a long bow to their side. You notice that they were kind of underneath them. They had this kind of weird looking. It almost looks like a handheld bazooka, and you see that. Actually, roll a perception check.
Who?
Everybody?
Anybody.
I'm going to try this again for my D Beyond. I think it
Ooh,
screwed up
nice.
last time.
I rolled a 17.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay.
That was a good.
I wasn't telling you. I was telling the podcast.
Yeah.
It's good for everybody, baby. They can try and beat it.
Okay.
I'll mute it first, but
I need to find out from Nick. You need to tell me how to make this. I'm trying to roll from D&D Beyond. It's not working very well.
If you have the Beyond 20 extension installed on your browser,
It's on there.
then you go to features and traits, and that links it to Roll20 as long as it's open in another tab. And then you just, you go to roll like normally, and it would send it over
Linked,
to...
clearly it moved it over into Roll20, but like for some reason the roll just like takes like 6 minutes to roll, and then like guys' voice is like cut out for a bit. It's just the internet or this terrible computer, I guess.
Could be internet, because you were cutting out
Stop
a bit.
using it.
there
Okay.
for a
Yeah.
minute.
I'll stop
Could be
using
just-
that. Okay.
Yeah, it could be just like the day with all the wind and stuff messing up the internet a little bit. Anyway,
there it is. He also rolled a 17.
well, okay.
I can roll. No, I didn't. I rolled a 6. I'm just seeing if it worked from here. Go ahead. I rolled a 6.
I was
It's
gonna
fine.
be fair. So
No,
Ben,
I rolled a 6.
so since Tristan didn't roll and he's stepped back a little bit, Ben
Yeah.
Dane, since you're a little bit closer, you notice that this man has he's got tattered clothes, and underneath the tattered clothes you can see blood, as if he's been bitten on his arms, on his
jeez.
on his calves, on his ankles. He looks kind of beat up, but he goes back to trying to at least sit up. You can see that he's struggling to get up, and then he answers, I can't seem to move. My name is August Klein. I am a preserver for this area.
Ben Dane's going to cast Divine Sense.
Divine Sense.
Yeah.
What does that do?
It lets me know like good and evil, so I can sense anything this celestial fiend or undead within something. Let me look at it. Within 60 feet. That's not behind total cover.
So, okay. There's nothing about him that is giving you bad vibes as far as what the Divine Sense is giving you.
How many how many hit points is he missing?
He's, let's say if he considers somebody at like 1 being super bloodied, he's fairly bloodied.
Okay. Ben Dane will use his lay on hands trait.
Okay.
And heal him up for let's say 10 hit points.
10 hit points. Okay.
Yeah.
You start to see his wounds close up on him.
Gross.
Gross.
And
It's what you do, man.
he was looking kind of pale, and now his kind of skin gets a little bit more flush as his wounds heal, and he starts to slowly stand up, but you can see he's kind of battle worn. He can feel the soreness in his muscles, but he turns to you.
Before he stands up, I put my hand on his shoulder and just say, "So tell me, what were you bitten by? What were you attacked by?"
Knocked the other. On the undead. We had reports of the undead coming to this area, and we went, and there was an ambush. We didn't think that undead could think, and that's what they did. They separated us, and we don't know. I don't know what happened to a few of our members, and I think I'm the only one left. I tried to search for. I'm the newest one out of our group. I just became a member about half a year ago, and most of these creatures, they were very pale skinned. They had this how to describe it. You've heard of tales of Wendigo? You've heard of
Was
these
there
tales?
was there flesh coming off the bone?
No, they were not zombies. These were. It was like they had it was like snow white skin. They were very pale, and they just kept on leaping on people
Yetis.
and
I
eating
knew
them.
it.
No, they did not have fur. These were
Just like all these like random crazy
hair,
theories.
hairless creatures.
Kristen, stop naming movies you've seen. Just listen.
No, they looked like humans, but with sharp teeth, and a couple of them I was able to fend off a few, and they were biting at me, and I got out of the woods, and then as I turned around, they stopped at the outskirts, like the sun started to shine, and then they just stopped, like they didn't like the sun, and then I turned around to try and get back to the village. And I just felt like I passed out, like my whole body just couldn't move.
We were
So
just
they
at the
were.
village and there is no one there. Do you know where everybody's at?
We chased this thing. We heard this sound, and then we chased this thing into the portal, and then there was another ambush. I don't know what is happening, but I wasn't not prepared for this. This thing had this, and as he's talking, you hear this resounding, almost like a bell, and this bell sounds almost like a church bell, that has been corrupted, if that makes sense. Like it makes this. Yep.
Oh my god. That scared the crap out of me.
Just like that.
I mean, legitimately, I jumped.
I don't know
Okay.
why I didn't. It's like I expected something to happen, and there it goes.
You just have Yale's like soft, quiet voice for a second. It's like, wow, wow. Oh, like, oh god. Okay. Never talked about those sound effects.
Oh man.
Okay.
Should have never brought them up. Should have never brought them up. Now we're here.
Whoops.
So apparently it's the start of an NBA game. So go ahead.
Yep. And in this corner, the undead versus the friends. And August.
Actually, this does bring up a good point. What do we call ourselves?
I don't know.
Every good adventuring party needs a title.
Super Friends. Oh no, wait.
The what?
I said Super Friends. Oh no, wait.
We'll come back to that later.
Yeah.
We'll put a pin in that one.
Lachlan's Boys. All right, let's go. All right, we'll workshop it later.
All right.
All right, so we hear a bell. Sorry.
Yes, and as it resounds out towards you, it has this kind of. It's like a tone that almost just it hurts your ears, but not because it's loud, but because of just the kind of the wavelength it gives off. It gives off this like sickening sound, and if you all look towards the woods, which is where that sound came from, and Bendane, with your divine sense still active, I will give you that you start to feel undead in that direction.
I'll tell them that.
And then
Bendane says, "Hey guys, my undead sense is tingling in that direction." And then I'll look back at August and I'll say, "Can you describe these creatures once more, please?"
well, and he looks up to the outskirts of the woods. He points over there and says, "They look like those." And let's roll for initiative.
As zombies pour out of the
Zombies
forest.
pour out of the forest.
Well, it didn't sound like zombies to me, right? It sounded like pale skin, aversion to sunlight. Sounds to me like we're dealing with a bunch of computer programmers.
Hey, friends. Thank you to Brian Sanyshin, BrianSanyshyn, for the intro and outro. Find him on Fiverr and his website. Find us on Instagram and YouTube. Like and subscribe. We are also on Spotify, Anchor, Stitcher, Google Podcast, and Amazon Music. Send us an email of NPC names, items, or ideas at fantasyfriendspc@gmail.com. That is fantasyfriends, P as in puppy, C as in cat, @gmail.com. As always, thank you for listening, and please tell everyone about the podcast. Go to work and say on the PA system and say, "Hey, you all should be listening to Fantasy Friends RPG. Right now, the podcast, listen to it." Or if you're still in school, go to the office, slide the secretary out of the way, hit the PA system and say, "Hey, everyone, teachers, you too, you should be listening to Fantasy Friends RPG, the podcast." Thank you, and hopefully the next episode should be up in about 2 or 3 weeks. Thank you all for being patient. Bye-bye.